Hey, Peter back again with more Ring Fit Adventure playlists. As I use Ring Fit more, I'm really realising just how good this is as a tool to help complement a lot of workouts. And something that I do feel people miss out on in their workouts is dedicated core conditioning outside of like just doing a plank or like doing a sit-ups and stuff. So what I've done is I've curated 3 playlists dedicated towards conditioning your core muscles with dynamic movements and static holds. Now, I know what you're thinking, this isn't just going to be a playlist of yellow moves. Okay, obviously you could do that, but there's a much wider variety of ways to work the core using Ring Fit. Now, this is important as your core is used in so many ways, and keeping your core strong and healthy is vital. If it's weak, it can contribute towards several postural abnormalities such as anterior pelvic tilt, as well as spinal curve problems like kyphosis. It will make your lifts better, it will make you a better runner. It's so important, and look, I don't know if you've ever pulled your abdominals before, but it is crazy how limited you are and what you can do without them. So let's work together, keep them strong, and get your body more stable. So as always, ensure that you warm up and cool down properly when exercising. Custom mode will ensure that you do this. So make sure you're feeling good and let's go. Alright, so this first playlist is all about static holds and slow movement to condition your core muscles. Now, you need to keep your core tight the entire time and control your movements as well. We do start with a cardio session with some ab work to get warmed up, and then we rock on into hip lift, overhead lunge twist, revolved crescent pose and warrior one pose. Now, these are all slower moves and require holding your legs in place as well as moving. Your legs will be sore by the end, but the benefits will soon come, okay? The overhead side bend and pendulum bend involves static holds in different positions and planes to mix up some work with your arms, and then we have leg raise, boat pose and fan pose to finish out. Now, these holds require a lot of control. You will probably feel some shaking here. This is your central nervous system not being used to the movement, and we are training it to be able to hold the position, so don't worry, just take your time, smash those reps. So the second playlist is about dynamic work, and we're using more movement to work and condition your abdominals, using different planes as well. Now, we start with ring raise combo and squat, moving into overhead arm spin. All of these do require that movement while keeping your core tight, which is a great way to kick this off. Open close leg raise and Russian twists use horizontal and frontal plane movements to condition, and then we head on into seated ring raise, chair pose and warrior one, mixing up some lateral and sagittal movement while maintaining that core control. Slower movements at the end will push you, as you will be pretty wiped out by this point. We do finish with a bit of cardio, but they involve abdominal twists from the rowing movement, which will finish this playlist off well. So with this final playlist, it's about functional movements, trying to simulate some common movements that we do every day and do something a little bit different for you to keep your body guessing and get conditioned. Now, we start with 3 very leg focused moves, with a particular shout out to Warrior 3 here for being as close to a single leg deadlift as I could find. Ensure that you hinge at the hips and don't bend your back in half while doing the move, okay? The back press and revolved crescent lunge pose, use your upper body to do the movements whilst really testing your posture, and then hinge pose and tree pose test your balance and flexibility, requiring concentration and steady breathing. I then put in no brakes mine and dangling overpass for their use of core heavy exercises and moves that require postural holds, which will be very beneficial in the long term. And then for something different at the end, I'm using a rhythm game to work your legs and core as a finisher. Now, I selected the Breath of the Wild medley, but you can change this to suit your tastes. Just ensure it is a leg and core focus and do whatever difficulty is suitable for yourself. So there we go, 3 playlists to focus on core conditioning. Now, the use of holds is prevalent in core conditioning in general, but I have avoided the plank move. You'll see, the reason is that I feel the way that it is implemented is pretty rough, and you are just better off doing a standard static plank after a session to get the effects, because the way that it moves the hips, it just doesn't feel like a great move. I wouldn't recommend doing these playlists more than once in a row, and probably no more than twice a week on non-consecutive days. As I mentioned earlier, your central nervous system may not be used to this heavy workload on the core. You will feel shaking at first, and that is okay, because this is just your central nervous system making those neural pathways so that the body will know how to react properly in the next instance. Now, it may take a couple of weeks, but you are going to nail it and feel stronger in a month. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed these playlists. I'd love it if you liked and subscribed to help support me as well. If you do want me to do anything else particular with Ring Fit, or you want some other particular playlists, let me know. I'll see what I can do for you, okay? Thank you everyone. I'll see you soon.